Why is there something rather than nothing? This is a question that I think almost everyone asks at some point in their life. A lot of us, like myself, have been asking this since we were children. And it seems like it's an impossible question to answer. But not impossible. And I figured out the answer. So I'm going to share it with you guys here today. So first, let's just briefly define what nothing is, because it's a little bit of a gray area. Nothing is not empty space. Okay, nothing is a lack of space. It's a lack of time. Okay, it's absolutely nothing. You can empty space. I can put this water bottle in empty space. I can't put this water bottle in nothing because there's nowhere to put it. It's just a lack of existence. Empty space is actually a thing. It's an empty container that can contain things, right? Nothing can do that. So we got no space, no time. And really what the crux of this whole answer is going to come down to is that there's also no laws. There's no laws of nature or of physics or laws of logic of the universe. There's no rules at all. And so if there's nothing, there's no rules, then what's preventing a universe from spontaneously coming into existence? And the answer is nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing stopping a universe from spontaneously coming into existence. You see, when we think about this question, we're thinking about it from our perspective of being already in the universe. And matter and energy, which is what the universe is made of, doesn't spontaneously come into existence within our universe. But our universe doesn't come from our universe. It comes from something outside of our universe. Or it's a feature of something outside of our universe. A more accurate way to put it. And it's actually kind of arrogant in a way to assume that this thing, which is nothingness, what it is, but whatever you think it is, it's kind of arrogant to assume that that thing is bound by the same laws and restrictions that we're bound by in our universe. Of course, to us, it seems like it'd be more likely that there'd be nothing than something, but that's just how things work within our universe. In ultimate reality, that might not be how things work, and it's not how things work. Okay? If you need a little bit more convincing, then ponder this. When we think about nothing, again, because we're, what would you say, conditioned to think in a certain way, we completely ignore the positive side of nothing and completely put all of our attention on the negative side. And the negative side is that there's nothing. There's no space and no time. But the positive side is that there's no restrictions, there's no rules, there's no constraints. And so if there's no constraints, again, what's stopping nothing from spontaneously becoming something? And the answer, again, is nothing. So let's now look at something in the same light. And we just talked about how there's a negative and a positive side of nothing. So what are the negative and positive sides of something? Well, the positive side of something is this reality that we see in front of us. Things exist. This water bottle exists. I exist. This couch I'm sitting on exists. The earth exists, the sun exists, the universe exists. It's here. And we think that in something, we tend to think that something ends there. But it doesn't. There's a negative side of something. And the negative side of something is the constraints. Because the constraints prevent something from being infinite, from being everything. Right? Why am I not a human being and a tree, and a table, and a vacuum cleaner? Why am I only one thing? Well, because there's constraints put on the universe that prevent me from being multiple things at the same time. I have to only be one thing at a time. And so both nothing and something both have positive and negative sides. Both nothing and something are simultaneously the lack of something as well as the presence of something. So ultimate reality is nothing and something as two sides of the same coin. That's where the duality finally breaks apart. Is that nothing and something, well, nothing and everything are identical. Reality is simultaneously nothing and everything at the same time. And so, here we are.